this is Veena from VPN Pages. Welcome to my show, Spark Talk with VPM. Today we have a very special guest who says, invest in people, not on material. Count your blessings and be a blessing to someone every day. We have Mrs. Kasthuri Gunasegaran from Singapore. She is born and brought up in Singapore and she does a lot of things very differently and she's involved in many activities which we'll be discussing shortly. She's a global educational influencer who promotes a holistic education by molding children passionately through all the aspects of education. She's a founder of Gems Unearthed, a very own blog that is featuring journey of people and their passionate work. She's practicing yoga for almost 2 decades, and she's a yoga instructor who promotes and propagates wellness by conducting yoga sessions. She is an advocate of body safety to spread the awareness of child abuse prevention through a program called My Body is My Body. I would love to know about this. She's also a Silver Generation ambassador who supports and contributes to seniors in the community. Currently, her career involves in working largely with non-active speakers in building their English literacy skills. Oh my God, Kasturi, I think this was almost the lengthiest introduction I have ever done. But really, we would like to know more about you, and I'm sure our audience also would like to know you. You are amazing. You know, you do so many things. How do you manage and how do you do? But all are so interesting because I think you cover up all the all the age group, children, like us as well as senior citizens. So really, we would like to know more about you. Over to you. Can you brief about yourself?
Yeah, hi Veena. Thank you so much for inviting me here, and hello to everyone who's watching. Yes, Veena, so many things I'm doing, right? Yeah, basically, as career-wise, I'm part of literacy teams. So in an international school. So, what my duties are basically, it's like to ensure the accurate and correct reporting the document keeping, and then I also manage literacy support by organizing the instructional support, staff's training and schedules. Beside that, I also provide and support data analysis and students literacy assessment, and I also coordinate with administrators and then the assistant teachers and also teachers in collaborating for the readers best support. And apart from that, I also conduct professional development training by supporting and coaching and guiding the instructional practices and literacy programs. So basically, I work with the readers who are non-native speakers and their reading level below grade level. So this is what I do as a career.
What about your other passion? You are doing so many other activities like yoga, and I would be interested more in my body is my body. Like yes,
Right.
yes, it's
Yeah.
like
Okay. Since you're very interested in that, Veena, let me talk to you about that program first because before I work in an international school, I used to be a center manager in a preschool as well. So that's when I got to this amazing person called Chrissy Sykes. She's actually the curator, the founder of this program called My Body is My Body. And well, my heartfelt gratitude always goes to her because this subject, body safety, is something that I much care about and I strongly propagate to be integrated in every classroom's curriculum because I feel that this is such a salient program, a child abuse prevention program, but conducted in a very enthusiastic way because it was very breezy for us educators actually to open the lines of communications, Veena, because this is a very sensitive topic. Parents are not going, yeah, especially for us Asians, very rare parents will talk about these issues about body safety, about child abuse prevention, and all that. So this easily opened the lines of communication for us in this subject. and where most of us actually avoid doing it, right? And this is a very interactive program. So, and it's fun and musical body safety program. So children are having like memorable experience with this program, I would say. And they also go back to share with their parents what they learn about. So the amazing part is that consequently, the parents actually responded like with much gratitude for bringing up this topic in school, in fact, Veena, because they couldn't do it at home, right? So they were very thankful that this topic was brought about at school, and they feel that children were very comfortable in talking to us educators and confiding in. So that was very easy. And children's side, they really benefited because um, they also learn about how to protect their body. They started to love their body, respect their body, and they
Yes.
feel their body is so unique. Yeah, and they were also taught various of methods to address uncomfortable feelings with even confidence, and also they are given the assurance that someone will be hearing them. Someone will be there to hear them in any
They're
case.
confident that there's someone to protect them or
Absolutely.
hear them.
Absolutely. And they are also assured that they are given the freedom to express well through the right avenues. You know, okay, if I tell my mom and if she's not going to listen, or if they are not going to listen, or they're going to brush it away, I can tell my teacher, I can tell somebody. You tell someone until someone hears it. So they have this confidence. So it's a very good idea that the school has brought up this, and I integrated this program because I had the liberty to do it. So I was like, yeah, this is something that should be integrated. So, and also this also builds the trust around their environment as well. So, like, so that they can lead their own lives, right? Basically,
Yes.
confidently, actually. And amazingly, Veena, of course, COVID came about, schools were closed and all that. So, what we did was like, apart from Chrissy Sykes, so we have like great ambassadors like in Singapore, Miss Suchi, and then from to name a few, Nepal. We have like Niru, Ganesh. We were all great partners in this program,
It's
My Body
program.
is My Body, and we work together. We bring in students from global sites, and then we conducted online virtual discussion about this whole thing. So we this thing didn't stop. We still had some place to actually continue with talking about this body safety. And it's so important because during the COVID times, right, it was meaningful because everyone was actually staying at home. So it was even dangerous for some vulnerable children, actually, right? So it was the best time to make them be aware that, look, these are the precautions that you should be taking, and where you should be, speaking about any uncomfortable feelings that you have. Yeah. So that's about that program. Yeah.
Especially, what happens is it's very easy for children to communicate when it's a stranger, but when it happens with the known people, they are like a little scared, or it's something that they fear about going and discussing with parents. So that's when I think we as a teacher in school, we are like, we maybe like teachers are the second mothers who listen to them and support them. That's the biggest thing, because sometimes it happens that because of society, and some parents at that point of time they ignore.
Yeah.
So that,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Veena, I would like to add on as well. Actually, statistics has shown that, sadly, Veena, that these children who are experiencing abuse, the abusers are actually people whom they know. So
No,
that's the
exactly.
saddest part. And when they talk to their parents, or let it be even their mothers or fathers, they will say, shh, you're not going to tell anybody. Keep
Yes.
it to yourself. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell,
True.
because oh my goodness, they are afraid that what will others
People
think
say
about.
yes.
Oh, so well, there are a lot of factors. Culture is one big part of it, so it has to be taught. Yeah, and gladly, well, again with these amazing ambassadors as well as the curator Chrissy Sites, we are coming up with another discussion. You will be invited.
I would love to if I am.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
I feel somewhere down the line, like we have to conduct some seminars or education to our parents as well, so that they listen to their children. They they respect their concerns, wherein they just shut them. It's
Correct.
okay. Like it's okay. Don't, as you said,
Yeah,
just.
yeah. Absolutely. This is
I,
where their rights are being like, unsaid, and there are so many unsaid rules for girls, right? So this is what happens, Vina. So and I would say that like for example, during especially COVID time, it was really really a bad time for these vulnerable children, and topics like that has to be actually talked about. I mean, there should be some civil conversation about such topics, because, to be very frank, these are the topics that are producing world disruptions. So it should be discussed. This education should be brought about at least through schools. Yeah, that would be the best.
I think there's someone, Suchi Deshpande.
Right.
She wants you to count. She's like, you have not count me. I think
I
she's
did say her name, Miss Suchi. She's the first one to say. Miss Suchi is the
okay.
first one I said. She's from Singapore. So both of
Yeah.
us are the ambassadors from Singapore and Niru. So we work very closely, and we're coming up with another one. Yeah.
Kasuri, you say, why do you say, like, invest in people, not on materials, count your blessings and be a blessing to someone every day. It's a very, very meaningful, this one, what you have given, but then quote what you have given, but then it's like so meaningful that it's actually fact, we don't count our blessings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see, to me, I really feel that human being are the most important resource. Well, this COVID has proved it all, right? Has
Yes.
proved it all. We are the amazing resource of this world. So, to me, I feel love is the only way to experience humanity. So,
Yes.
like when you are grateful for your blessings, like I feel that I'm grateful for the life I have, the job that I have, like I've got a good income, I've got good family, and I've got good people around, and I'm grateful for that. So I feel the universe will definitely give you back in abundance, so that you can share that with other people.
True.
Yeah, so I take it as this way. Well, this started from very young, Veena, because I've always mentioned in many places that it has all got to do with my childhood, because I have witnessed my parents, my grandparents showing, displaying kindness in my everyday life. So that's how I grew up. I've seen like people like housing family members who were homeless. My grandparents, they feed strangers. So I've seen all these things when I have been growing up. So when I'm right now, when I'm having a good life, I feel that it's good to share. It's good to share, because when you have more, it's really wonderful to share. Like, how would you feel? Let me ask you, Veena. For example, you just get a cup of coffee or um, a bag of lunch to a stranger. How would you feel at that moment? How do you feel internally? You feel so good, right? Like,
Yes.
to a stranger who's hungry, you just feel somehow so
Especially when
good.
you're like you don't have, and yes.
That's just for a coffee or a cup of coffee or a packet of lunch. But imagine if you're doing these services, you feel much more. The satisfaction is way more. You have great experiences. You get to meet lots of friends, lot of like-minded people, as well as diverse type of peoples.
It's it's not only materials what we share with people. Maybe sometime recently, I think the friend of mine is just watching now. She was a little low,
Uh-huh.
so I just told her, like, why don't you, why are you very low? Why don't you display your pic? What happened? Why did you remove your DP?
Mm.
So is very low. Maybe she's disturbed. So I have not asked her reason. I just told her, like, it's okay. People keep talking. You
Mm.
just do your work.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry what people say. So
Right.
that one thing, like what I told her,
Mm.
she felt so relaxed. She felt
Mm.
that someone is listening to me. I really don't know her personally. It's just that we have met through social media, so
Yeah.
we have spoken to each other, and she felt so relaxed. And at that point of time, even I felt that it's not a big thing I have done, but
Yeah.
I was so relaxed that I could make some difference at that point of time. So it's
Absolutely.
yeah, it's like not only material, it's also your words which you can share, and you can keep them. We can share love.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I'll always bring it back to the this pandemic because again, I realized also, Veena, that when I was at home, I didn't buy any clothes. I cooked at home. Nothing like this mattered to me at the end of the day. I was still surviving and I was able to live without all these new clothes or any cosmetics or anything else, right? I was just
No outside food, no restaurant.
exactly. So all these
We
are actually
actually came to know how good cook we are.
absolutely, absolutely, and so much of discipline we needed when it comes to even like exercising and all. It all depended on you. So that was
Very.
a testing period, and it proved a lot. So that's what I meant. We and I experienced a lot. You say, yeah, I realized I didn't buy any new shoes. I didn't buy any clothes. I usually even highlight my hair. I didn't even get to highlight my hair. I was looking fine. So
I know.
it's that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the reality. Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when you are ready and when you want to enjoy, don't forget to enjoy as well.
Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Even inside four walls, we can do a lot of things. So I think we can. We did, in fact, during
yeah,
this 1.5 year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Okay. Now, next question. Like, you were leading your normal life, like busy with your husband, your children, and your family, and along with
Mhm.
your career. So, when and what made you global educational influencer, like or volunteer in so many activities? So there must be something that just made some changes that yeah, I need to do something more. I need to give back to society. It's not that it happens right from the childhood, like I have to do for the society. There'll be some incident or some you feel that some intuition that yeah, this is right time to do something. So when and what made you to do?
Okay. Again, I felt that when you're good at something, especially when you're appreciated for what you're doing, and when your skills being polished, the next stage will be sharing it. I always feel that that happened in yoga as well for me. Well, I didn't thought myself to be a yoga instructor, but I did when I realized that when I was pretty good at it. The next level is always when you get to share it and when you get to teach other people. So social media was something that I had fun with when it got started, when I got started with it. So I thought that that was a good avenue to share your thoughts, share your ideas, and that's where actually I got the connections of great educators, global educators. So that was the one that made me the what's that, education influencer, whereby we are a group of educators from different parts of the world, and we share different strategies of different subjects. And mine was like, again, literacy and mother tongue and Montessori. So we do have like educators who share their own knowledge as well, and we share the strategies, we share resources, and they get to implement and use it for their own classroom. So that's how it was. Yeah. So that's how it started, and that's how it connected me to Nepal.
Okay. Now you have a vlog, Gems Unearthed. So what exactly does it mean? I understand it's for people who are like to share their work and they are passionate about, so, and their journey as well. So can you just tell us more about this?
Absolutely. Gems on Earth is actually a blog where I celebrate humanity. So these are real people. The people I feature in my blog, they are real people. So you will get to see their photos and their works and wherever their links, their websites and their businesses or their works. So these are real people actually. So they are ordinary people who have extraordinary humanity. So actually, how it got started was, Vina, it was an amazing start where I was sitting with my husband having dinner, like it was just a series of amazing stuff happening to me. And I was like, I was in fact um, feeling so much of gratitude for the services that I have been having around my everyday living. It could be from a shop, it could be from the school, from my children, my family, from my relative or my neighbor. So I start to pause and think about all these people, and I was so grateful. So I was telling my husband that, look, there are so many wonderful people around this world, and one do not have to be like one does not have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be a
Very,
Mother Teresa, or like you dedicate yourself wholly in such thing. But every
very
day, yeah, there is humanity in every little thing that they do, and I want to amplify it. That's it, so that I give hope and let people know, look, you are amazing, keep doing it. So you don't have to be a celebrity to do
great.
amazing things. Yeah. So that's how I started, and I featured like people from around the world. Yeah, it's amazing.
So it keeps
It's
you
not amazing.
connected around the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's through conversation. I usually have conversations with them, and most of the time, these people are connected to me through their services, or like could be over conversation. Now it's becoming so interesting, Dina. I hear from my connections, like they recommend that my gems. It's like,
Wow,
come
that's
on,
so
Kasthuri, guys, you should unearth this person. She's amazing, but she's so like humble. They're hidden heroes, basically. Yeah. So
actually,
it
this is
was,
more or less connected to my Spark Talk, because when I started this, I was searching for people like who are who are following their career along with their passion. So I was like, I wanted someone like who are working, who are focusing on their career, but at the same time they are following their passion also. So it was like inspiring people like who are like only and only like who are sad. they
yeah.
they have reached at the peak of their career, but still they don't have smile on their face. So I
Correct.
was like coming across so many people, and there are so many ladies who can do so many things.
Yeah.
We know, we speak to them, but then they are like, they're not confident. They're not confident. So
Um,
I just wanted to inspire. That's how I started this uh,
Beautiful.
show. So it's more or less like it's the same kind of work what we are doing.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Veena, because in fact, most, or even I could say all of my gems, they might be working on something else, but their passion could be something else, and they're balancing both. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. So you get to actually unearth yourself. It's amazing because, well, sometimes it's very funny, Veena, because they're having conversation. Actually, they don't know I am. I am, in fact, I am one source who is a reason for unearthing themselves. Actually, I'm just like idly talking to them. But when I ask them lots of questions, actually, they're unearthing themselves. In fact, it's a beautiful experience when I'm chatting with them, Veena. Why? Because the way they talk about it and then they reflect, oh my God, I have done so many things. Sometimes you don't get to stop and think about how amazing you are. You know,
Yes.
the hustle and bustle of our life, we stop to think how amazing we are.
Yes.
So this really helps me to bring out that confidence and recall how amazing they are. So I'm so thankful for that.
Very nice. Lovely. Okay. So before we go to next question, I would like to share something, a video
Yeah.
of just give me a minute. Now, friends would be wondering, what am I showing? I think, friends, this is one school in Nepal which did not have proper infrastructure. They did not have place to sit. They did not have chair or any of these to sit. So, and what was the transformation? We'll just see right now. Here we go. We'll play once more. Yes, this
Oh.
is transformation from, it's really amazing, Kasturi, because this is something which I've just seen your photos and, I have just made into a small video. I think I'm sure that even our audience also would be, wanting to listen what exactly you are involved in and how beautifully you have changed. So, how did you do this? Can you just tell us about this Nepal project?
Absolutely. This is actually the trip to Nepal is an unforgettable experience, Veena. It's like, wow, it's bringing me so much of emotions. Well, okay, like I've got to start from the beginning. Actually, I how I landed up there and what happened there. Actually, okay, as I have told you that I always believe in sharing. So usually what happens is that I have this like in my salary, I keep aside some for donations. That's how I started. I started sharing. And then later I wasn't satisfied. Veena, it's like, you just share money and it's like going somewhere, you don't get to see that person, you don't get to touch them, you don't get to serve them. And then
Absolutely.
right. So I was in social media at that time, and I got connected to this wonderful educator from Australia. His name is Gavin McCormack, and he connected with some other educators as well. And initially, what I did was I realized that he was having this school project in Nepal, and I was, helping him out and working together with him as well with some other amazing people around the world. I collected funds, I collected school supplies, materials from Singapore, books, from all over, from my family, my relative, my friends. And then I kind of like around every month, I will send it to Nepal, the school in Nepal. Well, that was happening for a while. And then he decided that, okay, why not we meet in Nepal and transform this school. So it was like from then, you won't believe it. We don't know each other at all. Well, that's the first time I'm seeing Gavin himself and the other educators. We just got connected in LinkedIn and we met at Kathmandu. And well, from here, I've already collected all my materials, my school supplies, books, and everything in a luggage. We flew to Kathmandu and we met all the educators there. And we went to this village school, and that was what you see. There were nothing there. Like there were benches and blackboards over there, and nothing else. It was an amazing, probably it's like 1 week, if I'm not mistaken. It was during the Christmas period. Our aim was to bring out the change just nice for Christmas as a Christmas gift for the school. So, yeah, we started from scratch. We started painting, and then we started to lay out the carpets, and then we got carpenters to come down and get the cabinets done, and then we kind of like stocked up the supplies, and we even did some mini training for the teachers as well.
Oh,
So yeah, exactly. Because I'm Montessori trained. So I brought in Montessori materials. So they needed to know how to use the material. So McGormack as well as uh, I'm also Montessori trained, and some other Nepalese educators were also trained. So we all gathered and did some little trainings for the teachers. And oh, it was a wonderful come together, and you saw the transformation. I did the KG class, it was the kindergarten class, and it was so amazing. Well, before an educator, I was an interior designer. So, well, I use those skills as well
wow, that's nice.
to decorate the whole classroom. And it was really a memorable, well, first time in my life I did a painting on a wall. So it was something big for me. And along the way, Vina, the most beautiful part was the people. Anand, his wife, his mom, oh my goodness, everyone, Niru, Ganesh. I mean, these are the few names that I come out with. I will never forget the people in the village. Well, they welcomed us in their houses, and we stayed there. They took care of us, and they fed us, and like, oh my goodness, it's like my second home there. Like
Wow.
it's my second home.
Wow.
So, it was really a wonderful experience. So that I would never forget in my life. Yeah. So
So
that
how
was
many days project was this?
come again.
How many days project was this?
It was around like nearly a week project. We kept the target as a week, but of course, before and after going to the village, like we had to stay in Kathmandu for a while, and then after that, we did some sightseeing as well, and then we came back to Singapore right before New Year. So that project for was for around 1 week. Yeah, and just the village beside, I think it's the head of the village, they came over to this village and they saw the school, was like, wow, amazing, and he wanted our help to do something for his village school as well. So that was the plan for the very next year, which was 2020, last year, but unfortunately we couldn't because of COVID. So
Wait.
that got forced for a while, but definitely that's in our agenda.
Sure, we'll know it. I'm sure we'll get the invitation.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, next question. Like, this is one situation which I'm going to give you. Since you are part of child abuse, like, prevention, I'll give you one situation. Like, you are a mother and you're a teacher as well, right?
Mhm.
So, in case you come across a student misbehaving with another child, how would you react?
Oh, we've got to first of all, like, maybe talk to them in private first. And then we've got to educate them. Like, we've got to educate the girl as well as the boy separately. as well as we've got to talk to the parents as well, depending on the age also. That is most important. And then we really have to tell what is right and what is wrong. Definitely. We've got to bring in we've got to also explain about the laws and their rights and how emotionally the person can be hurt. Yeah, so both the parties need to be educated here. As much as we are worried about protecting the girls, we have to educate the boys. So it's about that as well. So most important, I would say
In
here.
this situation, the challenge would be like, whoever it is, like girl or a boy, whoever is misbehaving, comes across to be like very arrogant, who doesn't want to listen, or who doesn't agree to what you're saying, then what would be your next move?
Oh, then rules and regulations have to come in place because this is a firm thing. There is no going back on it. This is rule, this is right. So that's why it's very important for children to be educated on the rules and regulations and rights as well. So that's why I really advocate. In fact, my next topic that we're discussing is about this. How are we going to get young students to understand about the rules and
Exactly.
regulations,
Yes, yes.
rights of women, and educate the boys especially, because who are we protecting these girls against? Your boy, my boy, our
Exactly.
boy. So it's like making the boys looking bad. So what are we going to do? We've got to educate the boys. So they, as much as the boys, girls also have to know their rights. Well, no one is free until they're able to express and they're able to walk freely outside. So it doesn't mean a girl should always be protected, covering up. And so where is the freedom here? So as much as that, the boys have to be educated. In fact, both in school curriculum has got to be it has to be taught. It has to be taught.
I think even parents also should be educated, because it's coming from them. Like, however they are respecting, the way they respect girls, the way they look at girls, it's the first thing which comes is from home, because a lot of regulations for girls, rules for girls, but then, and for boys it's like, okay, he's a boy. So that kind of attitude promotes these boys. Okay, I'm a boy, I can do anything. So I think yeah, I think like, even parents also should be educated, like along with the children, because children are very innocent. So it's
Yes.
it's coming. They only learn from elders.
Exactly. Because at home, like what you said, Veena, at home, especially mothers have a greater role in this. Why? Because as a mother, I'm teaching my daughter how others should respect me as a woman, and I'm teaching my son how to respect his women. So I think, as much as of course men has a good role to play here, but the women has even larger role because
Larger.
it
Yes.
depends on how what she allows other people to do to her. That's more important, right? So you got to stand firm and say, no, I'm not going to let this happen to myself. So that's very important. So that's what I told. I mean, I've got a boy and a girl. That's what I tell them, and that's how I display myself at home. You see, I'm a woman, but I wouldn't allow others to ill treat me, and I want to be a good example for my son as well. So, what does he expect from his wife? That's important.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a last question in this interview, the first session of interview. Okay. Since you're in a teaching field, and can you tell us, like, what are the advantages and disadvantages of online classes comparative to regular classes? Since past 1.5 years we are having this online classes, so there must be some advantages as well as disadvantages, right?
Mm, mm,
And what kind of teaching is beneficial? Like, is it online or regular classes?
mm. Okay. Of course, as a teacher, you ask me, Veena, personal touch is always important, face to face.
As a parent as well as teacher, I'm asking you.
Oh, parent, of course, parent as well as teacher. Well, I would like to share my experience on this. Well, at the start of the COVID period where things went online, I was a little excited because I get to stay at home as a mother. I get to see my two children working online, like they're within my eyesight, and I get to cook for them. That was fun for a while. But after that, I realized that it was going too long. They were also getting a little bit restless, as in they were not really benefiting from the online class that much. Well, as a parent, I'm sharing first. And then I noticed that they were feeling like quite sickly because they're watching the screen too long. They in fact confessed, even my students as well as my own children. They say no, online learning is not fun for children. Yeah, for children. And for teacher, as a teacher, I learned amazing technological skills. I wasn't a IT person initially, but I learned a lot of these IT
Most
skills.
of the teachers, in fact, most of the teachers.
Absolutely. And I also realized one thing, Veena, during this virtual learning, the shy students get to speak more and got themselves heard much better during the online classes. They were more interactive because most of the time either they've got to type their questions, or sometimes their videos are off, or it could be a smaller group. So that was good for the shy ones. But after that, when I got back to school, um, the kids were really very excited and they were so happy. Initially, they were not feeling so comfortable with the mask on, but after that they realized it's okay with the mask, but they just wanted to be with their friends. They wanted to interact, they wanted to play. So I think as a teacher or as a parent, you just want them to be happy. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think, of course, face to face is the best, but well, now virtual learning, uh, to be very frank, has become it's no more the nice to have option. It's like a must have option now. So, well, for as an adult, because right now I'm doing my own degree course as a mother and as a professional. I feel virtual learning is fantastic for me because I get to manage my stuff wonderfully well when I'm at home. Yeah,
As
so
a working lady, you prefer.
I prefer that. As an
Well,
adult, I prefer
as
that.
a mother,
The children.
yeah.
Yeah. As
As
a
a
mother,
mother,
as I told you, I'm not going to be selfish here. As a mother, thinking as a mother's view, I loved it because I was able to feed them fresh food. I was able to see them. But as a mother who's looking at the children's happiness, no, they didn't enjoy it. Yeah, they still needed to be with their peers. That's the growing age, especially my children are teenagers. They needed that. So
yes.
I'll be frank.
They have so many things to discuss together.
Yeah,
As a friend, they need their friends.
they
Right.
need it. They need it. Yeah.
Okay. Now we are getting into second part of our interview. That's a one-word answer. So you will
Oh,
have to ask you some questions. You will have to answer in
wow.
one. Later
One
you
word.
can explain. Yes, later you can explain why is it so, depending on
Okay.
the question. But it's going to be fun time. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. One horror movie that you have watched, which you felt more like comedy movie than an horror movie.
Oh, oh my goodness. Um, couldn't remember. Just a minute. It's
It can be like, even the person who is acting as a
yeah, it
horror.
was
Like,
it was
right?
it was Yogi Babu, but the title I don't know, but it was he's an Indian actor, was Yogi Babu, comedian. So when he was in the horror movie, come on, I couldn't stop laughing. So I couldn't remember. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember I'm not so good with names, yeah, of movies.
You felt more of, comedy than you're watching horror.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's so nice. And what's the secret mantra of your beauty and youthfulness? You're so bubbly, you're so energetic, and
What is
I
it?
am sure that you're going to tell one word.
Okay,
Yes,
wow. One word. Natural products. Well, it's a two word, but natural products.
I was expecting you to say yoga.
Yoga is definitely, but if you say just like, just the face and the skin wise, yes, it's natural products. Yeah. But otherwise, yes, of course, yoga.
I'll call you personally.
Smile, in fact, smile. It's
True.
more than that. Before I got to know yoga, it was just the laughter, the smile when I had with my children. So that's why it's like being connected with the children is the best.
Your favorite activity you like to do in absence of your husband?
Wow. In the absence, reading, reading.
So he doesn't let you read?
Well, he is not at home for a long time. So whenever he's at home, I would love to be chatting with him and talking with him rather than reading.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. One habit you hate and one habit you like people like in people.
Oh,
Maybe your
hey.
friends or your loved ones.
Okay. One habit I like
Like
will be,
when you meet, you expect, right? Like you would have come
oh,
across something.
okay. Just chill out. That means to say, be yourself. Don't talk about work. Just spot yourself. Yeah. One thing that I don't like is talking bad about other people. Yeah,
Gossip.
like, ah,
Gossip.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
doesn't work for me. Yeah,
That's
no way.
it's
Yeah,
also the lady's favorite hobby,
I know,
gossiping.
I know, right? But it's like, it's very difficult to do that for me. So it's like, oh my goodness. So that's something that I don't like to do. Yeah.
Okay, you're very busy with a lot of work, a lot of activities, and if you're given a day to relax, what would you like to do apart from reading? You have already told reading.
Yeah, right, right, right. So what would I like to do when I am?
If you're given a day to relax,
Hmm. So what I would like to do? Um, Nothing, nothing. I won't do
just relax.
anything. Just relax,
Okay.
yeah. Because, well, I'm a person. I have a lot to do. So I realize that doing nothing is also nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Even I feel that sometimes, like we in a day, like every day we cook, every day we feed, we pamper our kids. We are like all around, mummy, and they call us for
yeah,
everything.
I
So
know.
when you don't have anyone at home, I just sit on sofa and relax, do
Right.
nothing.
Oh, you mean, okay, wow, very nice. Well, in my nothing, definitely cooking and cleaning is there. But
Yeah, that's
when we're
true.
going to school, definitely nothing. Yeah, you
Yeah.
are right. Well, I'm experiencing this now. So there are days I've got a long holiday. So that's really nice to do because I don't usually do that. I've always got something to do. So
It's
like
true. Like
sometimes.
when house is very calm, I think some little a few minutes you just sit and
Yeah.
you relax.
Yeah, really nothing daydream. That's something I like to do, definitely. I mean, early on, I was doing that as well when they were all in school. So that was nice.
Yes. Okay. How do you describe Kasturi in one word?
Wow. Kind.
That's who
Kind.
you are.
Kind.
So
That's it.
nice. Uh, you're very bubbly, always smiling. Okay, because throughout this interview, I've seen you always bubbly and smiling, answering all the questions so lively. So, how is Kasturi when her husband forgets her birthday or anniversary?
Oh my goodness. Well, it has never happened, but it has never happened. So I wouldn't know. Definitely, I will somehow make sure he knows that because I am a big ooh-ha about birthdays and functions and like
Assume that in
celebrating.
case if he forgets. Assume that in case if he
Um,
forgets.
oh, that's it. That's it. Definitely, I will make him feel guilty. No, usually what happens is that sometimes it's very funny that our wedding anniversary, so it's like I'll be like, okay, tomorrow is our wedding anniversary. Let me check if he
You already tell them, tell him.
forgot. So it's like, how come there's no news of him, having like talking about our anniversary? It's like tomorrow is the anniversary and he has said nothing. It's like, okay. And then I'll wait, and then the next morning, then thank god, somehow it clicks to him that 20th is like, oh, okay, it's our wedding. So he has been yeah, escaping. So no chance at all.
No chance. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. One student who made you smile, whom you can't forget, or very special to be remembered.
Okay. Wow, there are so there are so many, but I will tell you definitely. One is Hong Jin. Hong Jin is actually one of my student. Amazingly, he still, he still comes to my house.
Wow.
Um, comes to my house to come and give me gifts on Teachers' Day. Yeah,
How
it's
old is he now?
it's been long many years that I've stopped teaching him, but until now, he comes to my house. He gives me surprises, and like every Teachers Day, he appears. So Hongjin, yeah, I
Any
still
any any child would have told you that I like you. I would love to marry you or something like that. Have you come across?
yeah, definitely, yes. I've come across when they especially the little ones, they're
Yes,
so
yes.
innocent. Yeah, they will do that, they will do that.
So innocent.
It's really very innocent. Yeah. In fact, this boy that I was talking about, he does that too. He was like, the mom will tell me, probably I think he was your son when past generation, I mean, past life or what? Yeah. So it's like he's so stuck to me, and anything he will say, I want to get it from Teacher Kasturi. I want to learn from Teacher Kasturi. So that's what he always does. So it's like, okay.
That's so nice. That's so very nice. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, most of teachers come across that, they face this. And it's
yeah,
very
yeah,
sweet
yeah.
as well. So innocently they do that.
They
Okay.
do. They do it innocently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You have very well answered, Kasturi, almost in one. All the answers were in one word. Very well explained as well. So, and all the very best for your future projects. You're involved in so many things, especially what I like about is you're working for all the ages, like like all the age group, like be it small children, senior citizens, and even group of our age also. So I wish you all the very best, and hope audience who are watching, you can support them. Yeah, if not through funds or something, maybe some materials like educational materials like pencils or books or clothes, or sometimes even I think you can share your views, ideas also, which will definitely help her, like to do much better in her work. So I'm sure, like we can't do much. We can only promote this
Oh,
interview, and
okay.
we can definitely, Kasturi, I would expect you to invite me for your project. That's My Body is My Body. And apart from that, yes, most of your school projects, if you could tell me. In case if I come across someone, I can definitely put them across to you. And your my friends, you can definitely approach me as well. I will definitely put you across Miss Kasturi, for your whatever you however you want to help this organization or help her in getting it more, getting more help. So thank you so much for coming to my show, Kasuri. It was really so wonderful having you here. And really, I had lovely time with you. It was really nice. It was like that I'm talking to a person whom I already know.
Oh, that's
Thank
nice. That's nice. Thank you
you
so
so
much,
much.
Veena,
Thank you
for
so much.
inviting.
And namaste. Bye.
Bye bye.